Tulane just kind of provided everything I'm looking for in a school. Obviously, top-tier academics, the opportunity to play at a Division I tennis program, and also, such a unique culture and social nightlife that was really attractive. I'm definitely very, very busy. I'm involved in various student organizations and programs on campus. So Tulane definitely gives me the opportunity to balance my interests and pursue my passions. I've had a very positive experience in the Freeman School of Business. The business school really emphasizes helping students find jobs after college. Social entrepreneurship is a real up-and-coming field, and Tulane's definitely ahead of the pack. So I co-founded a nonprofit organization called Emily's Entourage. We raise money and awareness for cystic fibrosis, which is a progressive lung disease that my sister has. We started this about 15 months ago, and to date we've raised nearly $500,000 to fund cystic fibrosis research.
We are the tech-savvy generation. Facebook and Twitter is a part of our everyday lives. But beyond stalking that cute girl in math class or procrastinating on your English assignment, which we all do, but we often forget how powerful these tools really are.
I've received incredible support from professors, personally, academically, and professionally. With Ashley Nelson, I took her social media class, and I approached her after class and told her about my fundraising efforts, and she allowed me to present to the class about what I was doing and was really moved by the presentation, and since then she's been an unbelievable support and resource in furthering our mission.
He gave me the links to look at everything, and he says, I've been using what I've learned in this class and I've been applying it to Emily's Entourage in order to create a larger audience, get a bigger reach. I think you have a lot of students who are actually have ideas that they're working on their own in their own businesses at Tulane.
One of the things that you hear about Freeman grads, and you hear this from a lot of employers, is that they're different in that they can hit the ground running. They're valuable to that company on day one. And I run a program called Birkenroad Reports, where it's the only program in the country where we do sell-side stock research, where I'm taking teams of students and they're out visiting the CEOs and CFOs of companies in the South and publishing 20, 30-page investment research reports on them. They don't get that anywhere else. Employers are amazingly excited about the product that you can show them and also the experiences that you've had.
Well, we want to thank all you guys for coming out here tonight. It really means so much to me and my family. And with the help of these incredible people and because you guys have shown up and the rest of the Tulane community support, we raised $500,000 for cystic fibrosis research.
Obviously the ultimate goal is so we raise so much money that we can stop because a cure is finally found. But until then, I'm not going to stop getting our message out there and raising money to make the biggest difference that I can in the fight against CF.
Emily's Entourage has definitely been a shining example of my experience here at Tulane. They get behind you and support you no matter what. One of the reasons I was originally interested in Tulane was they're one of the few schools in the nation that does have an undergraduate public health department.
Maddie, one other thing that I noticed, and I was looking at an organization that I have.
And I'd always loved the sciences. I knew I wanted to be pre-med and go on to medical school, but at the same time, I wanted to put a twist on my classical sciences. One thing that Tulane is great at is creating really integrated, multidisciplinary majors, and so public health was just that. The culture of public service here at Tulane is really unmatched in at least any of the schools that I toured as a senior. So as a public health major, I was able to integrate some of that service into my studies by pursuing a public service internship while I was studying abroad in South Africa. I was living with Zulu families, speaking the language, which is a click language, which I learned while I was there. I was working in clinics and doing my own TB research. So when I got back from South Africa, I got trained by the Office of Public Health of the state of Louisiana to become an HIV counselor and tester.
When students are working in the research lab, they very much feel like they're part of a family in the lab, so they know the faculty member and the undergraduate students. Maddie is a good example. She was in my class
We talked after class. I got to know her very well. I supported her when she applied to do a study abroad program. I wrote letters for that. Later, when she was applying to medical school, I was able to write letters for her. I'm happy to say she got into medical school.
I have danced since I was in elementary school. I'm not a modern dancer or ballerina by any means. I've taken a lot of African classes here, Brazilian classes, hip-hop classes, and that's what I took in high school, and being able to continue that in college, even though it wasn't my major, was really, really awesome. Liberal arts, specifically the performing and studio arts, is really strong at Tulane. We have everything from, painting and drawing to photography, ceramics. We have theater, musical theater, vocal performance, glass blowing.
But my students need a very sophisticated lab, and that's what you have here. But you're nurturing that student, because it's a difficult thing dealing with art. It's like one-on-one is not always two to the artist. And you teach them, you're trying to teach them that individuality and to have that special voice.
I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give to students, looking at Tulane University for college is to really take a step back and make sure that all the colleges you're looking at are not just great schools, because there's tons of great schools out there, but that they're a really perfect match for you. I don't think I would have had nearly the same experience that I've had here at Tulane, because I've had wonderful academics, wonderful relationships with my professors, small class sizes, but I've also had an incredible experience in the city of New Orleans and been able to pursue so many things outside of the classroom as well.
I've been twirling batons since I was 4 1/2, and coming to Tulane was a great opportunity for me to twirl not only with a marching band and on a football team, but also for the band in the Mardi Gras parades. One of the main reasons I chose Tulane was I am here on a baton twirling scholarship and an academic scholarship.
As we know, like a psychological disorder, there's 3 parts to it, right? And one of them has to be it causes impairment or distress.
After Tulane, I would like to go and become a physician's assistant. I am currently studying neuroscience. What makes Tulane really unique is that the sciences and engineering work together. Today I am at the Biomedical Engineering Senior Design Show, where students show off their final projects. With the help of Tulane, many of the groups will apply for United States patents on their technology.
We were working with cervical injuries in football, American football, and we utilized shear thickening fluid. The shear thickening fluid acts at low velocities just like a fluid, and at high velocities it actually hardens almost like cement. And so then during a dangerous tackle, these velocities are felt, and the neck, usually when it would go and snap, this fluid lies there and protects the neck.
I'm from Arizona, which is a long ways away. Tulane does a very good job at making everyone feel acclimated, because through the first couple weeks of school there is an event every single night for freshmen and upper students. There are also NOLA experience programs, which students come in a week before class starts, and they're taken around to different parts of New Orleans, and they're experiencing all kinds of different foods and culture. There's also the TIDES program, which you are enrolled in like the first semester of your freshman year, and that's a really fun thing to get involved in, because everyone chooses a different TIDES program, and there's like over 100 of them to choose from. While we all love Tulane, the whole point is to get a job or go to grad school. HireTulaneGrads.com is our career center and a great resource. They hold career fairs on campus, do mock interviews, and basically advise us on how to get a job. One of the things they recommend is that students take advantage of the opportunity to double or even triple major. My friend Michael, for example, is a double major, and he's in the Tulane marching band.
Well, I was drum major for 2 years of the marching band, and I grew up in Atlanta, and getting to see all of the local bands go down the street during Mardi Gras and how excited the crowds get to see them The more fun you're having, the more you're moving, the more you're dancing. Ultimately, I see myself going into urban planning. While I'm getting the degree in architecture, I'm tempering that with the degree in history and really kind of looking at the holistic approach of design, how we can make cities more livable for people in the future, and really what we can learn from the past about how cities have developed. So to be able to bring in the historic side of things, to look at the heritage of design in a city such as New Orleans.
They're out in the city on a regular basis, actually seeing the real results of certain kind of principles of design that may have been successful or unsuccessful. They're able to see the consequences of that.
Tulane has a very strong study abroad program. I chose to study in Sydney, Australia, but I have friends who've studied in Africa and all over Europe. Balancing my schedule and my different majors can be a tall order, but from the get-go, you are assigned an academic advisor who's with you for your 4 or 5 years at Tulane. You can schedule a meeting with them, make sure that what you're doing is keeping you on track for the programs that you're in and ultimately looking towards graduation. That type of access is typical at Tulane, even if the professors are at the top of their field.
I'm a political science major with a concentration in international relations. James Carville's class is very fun. You actually have to apply to get into it. It's actually really cool because the professor is very passionate. I've never met such a passionate person about their discipline.
There was probably 40.
40, okay? About 40 years. So here you are in the midst of the war drums being beat, everything going, we're getting ready to go to war, and you run 2 stories that basically poo-poo the whole intelligence thing that turned out to be correct. Walter 76 now, works every day. This is what I want you to be. I want you to sit at your desk and it doesn't matter what it is. We know what happened in the Iraq War. We know what it is. I don't want to relitigate that, but I want you to think about that. When everybody is going in one direction, maybe everybody's right. It's not just the herd is not always wrong. But think counterintuitively, build up something. How many dead ends does you think that he runs up? How many times does he, drink coffee with some junior person in the CIA or the Defense Department? That's how you do stuff.
There's so many ways to pursue other disciplines that aren't in your major, which a lot of my other friends at other universities aren't really able to do since they're kind of pigeonholed to the requirements. I think it's a good thing at Tulane that you have the opportunity to take mythology, or you can take many foreign languages, or you can take classes in the business school, even if you're a communications major. There's always cool lecturers on campus talking about their professions and different research that they've done. I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, the heart of Cajun country. And the good thing is, Tulane is just close enough and just far away from my family. Here at Tulane, I don't have all of the same friends I went to high school with, and it's great to be able to meet new people from all over the country. Crawfest is Tulane's biggest student-run festival, and it's a blast. You get to eat unlimited amounts of crawfish and bring all your friends and hang out in the sun.
So watch this. First, take off the head, suck the head, peel the tail.
The thing about Tulane is it's just a unique place with unique people, a unique character, and the university just has a cool personality, if I should say.
Being in such a historically rich city, I feel that it is very important for students to be able to immerse themselves in the culture by experiencing the food, the sights, and the sounds that all come with New Orleans.
I'm excited for graduation. I think it'll be a wonderful weekend. There's tons of really fun festivities that the school invites us to. But at the same time, it's a little daunting to think I'll be leaving this place.
What will stick with me the most are all of the diverse experiences that I've been able to have through Tulane. Tulane likes to say, only at Tulane, only in New Orleans, and it's so true.
I know that it's going to be an incredible time when the senior class is going to come together for one last hurrah. I think it's going to be one of the most fun and memorable experiences of my life.